Greetings one and all. Welcome to the kitchen here today. Hope you're all going alright. So, just before I start, big shout out to all the firefighters out there fighting all the fires across Australia at the moment. You guys are absolute heroes, and condolences to those who've lost loved ones, property, pets, livestock, all that stuff. So anyway, I'll get on with the cooking, but yeah, I know that's at the forefront of everyone's mind at the moment, so I just thought I should mention that. Alright, today I'm going to be making Thai fish cakes for lunch, so really looking forward to it. I'm quite peckish, so I'm going to get on with it. So just in my little mini processor that I always use, I should get a bigger one, but I've just got about 400 grams of fish that I've cut into chunks. I'm using, what am I using? Snapper. But yeah, use any sort of, you don't have to use a really good fish, but yeah, any sort of white fish, even some of the fresh water fishes are alright. Anyway, that's what I'm using. So yeah, it's about 400 grams, so into that I'm going to put just about a tablespoon of sugar. I've got some fish sauce here, Thai fish sauce, so I'm going to put in a good couple of slugs of that, probably about half a tablespoon, like so. Now, one of the main things to go into our patties, our fish patties, is a red curry paste here. So I've got one of these little cans. Yeah, they're sort of just got them in the Asian section. This one's actually really nice and it's really cheap. Masri brand, I've got it in the major supermarket. Not sponsored by them. Masri, if you are looking, yeah, if you want to throw us a few free cans, I'll keep mentioning you because it's good. It's a good product, this one, and it's good just to have a few of those in the hand in the cupboard when you're feeling lazy just to make a curry. So I'll put in a good, probably about a tablespoon of that paste. So it's most of that can, they're only small cans. And that's the other good thing about these cans is you haven't got a big jar and you end up using a couple of spoonfuls and you've got a jar sitting around your fridge and you don't know whether it's good or whatever. Anyway, get on with it. I'm also going to whack in just about a tablespoon of corn flour, a bit of lime zest, is just one egg, and that will help bind our patties together. It ends up being quite a wet sort of patty mix, and the egg will help it bind together. So yeah, we'll just whiz that up. Alrighty, now that mix is thoroughly processed, and this is one where you don't actually worry about it over-processing. Processing is good with these fish cakes, so unlike some sort of other patties and that you want to make. So I'm going to add a few fresh ingredients to this before I make my patties now. So I've got like a good handful of chopped up basil leaves. Fresh basil. You could use coriander, but yeah, I'm using basil obviously. I've got, I'll just up so I don't lose it, one large green chilli that I've just sort of not finely, just chopped, yeah. And that'll just add a bit of crunch. Traditionally, maybe in Thailand and that, they might actually add some finely sliced fresh beans, green beans or snake beans into the mix, and that would give it the crunch. But yeah, I'm using chili. And I've got a couple of leaves of, about 3 actually, of little kaffir lime leaves. Like, you know what they look like. Actually, that one's falling apart. They're usually joined together like a 8 like that, or not a 8. And you just take off the leafy bit, discard the stalk, roll them up like a cigar, and finely chop them. And like I say, that's about 3 finely chopped there. And I'm not going to add any salt because it's got that fish sauce in it. So yeah, I'll just mix that up and then get to making my my patties. Alrighty, now a good tip you'll see on a lot of instructional videos on making these is sort of wet your hands and that a little bit. I've just got a bubble there. Obviously I've thoroughly washed my hands. Again, I don't show that all the time, but yeah, I'm constantly washing my hands, I'm constantly cleaning my chopping board, changing my chopping board, whatever. It's just a given. So we get a bit of our mixture there, like so, put it into our hands and just basically make a little fish patty. And like I say, they're pretty wet. It's a pretty wet mixture. It's a pretty, yeah, it's sticky. It sticks to you like shit to a blanket. And oh, don't know if I should have said that. I might edit that out. It's quite a sticky mix, but that's just the way it is. So yeah, I like them about that size. Make them whatever size you want. I'll get on with doing that, and I'll get back to you. Alrighty guys, so yeah, I've decided I'm going to make a bit of a homemade dipping sauce for my fish cakes today. So it's going to be basically a sweet chili sauce. Of course you can just buy it if you don't want to make it, but this one's so simple, no reason not to make it. So I'm sort of just doing this off the top of my head, but I've got one, I just happen to have here, one large red chilli. And that's not a very hot one that I've just roughly chopped up, but I have got 3 little bird's eye chilies, and they are hot. I've got 4 cloves of garlic. This is all going into my little processor. I've got a few more of those kaffir lime leaves, just roughly torn up. They're going in there. Now here I've got a ½ cup of white vinegar. That's going in. And I've got 1/3 cup of white sugar. And that's going to go in and hopefully balance out that. And I will just add just a splash of water as well. Alright, I'll whiz that up and I'll get back to you. Now just with my chili sauce there that I've just whizzed up, I've got it here. Now I don't mind that it's still sort of chunky, that's sort of good. I want it like that. If you want a completely fine sauce, well, you probably need a better processor than mine to start with. But like I say, I do actually like mine a little bit chunky. So what I'm going to do now is just cook it out a little bit. Probably just for only about 5 minutes or so. Alrighty, so I've just got my fry pan heating up here with some oil in it. Now, again, traditionally in Thailand they would deep fry these, or in Thai restaurants. I've sort of gone for a bit of a compromise. I haven't It's not like a shallow fry. I've got quite a bit of oil in there, but not quite deep frying either. So it's a shallow fry, but I've been generous with the oil. So now I'll just put my fish cakes in and just let them gently cook away. Alrighty, so yeah, I've just served up a plate of my Thai fish cakes. They're still steaming hot at the moment. I almost can't touch them. Yeah, not spicy hot, like hot as in temperature. So I just thought I'd quickly whip up a little beverage for myself to wash them down. So I've just got some glass of ice there. Got my trusty Mount Gay rum of Champions. Direct from Barbados. Ooh, might as well use that. Need a new one of them. It's alright, one's plenty. Now I am going to try this, I haven't tried this before, I've been trying a few kombuchas, but I haven't tried this particular flavour, and this is an organic, sparkling peach flavoured kombucha. And I reckon it'll go beautifully with my rum. We'll soon find out. Get it in. Oh, looks good, beautiful colour on it. Alright, cheers. Delicious. Alright. Stop mucking around, let's get the food in the shot here. So here we have it. I've got my, I'm just trying to arrange it so you can actually see them. Oh well, that's good enough. So yeah, I've got my fish cakes there, I've got my dipping sauce that I cooked up in the middle. I've got a few lime wedges. So there's nothing left to do, and hope they're cooled down enough to taste one. A little bit of lime juice, and I don't have to worry about the double dip in here either, because I'm the only one eating these. So it's basically a plate for one, my own personal sauce. So yeah, that's what it looked like. Some of that sauce on it. So it's not a thick sauce like some of the sweet chili sauce, but it's just enough, thick enough to sort of coat on it. Yum. Oh, yum. That's delicious. Absolutely. That's as good as you get in any Thai takeaway, I tell you. Better with that sauce, and it's the texture's just perfect. It's yeah, still nice and juicy, but it's cooked right through, and very, very happy with that. Sauce is quite spicy. Like I say, I'm going in for another one. I'll explain to you the double dipping situation. Don't do this with a shared plate, obviously.
Yeah. I keep saying it, but geez, that's nice. It can come across as insincere saying how nice my own food is when I'm when I'm presenting it, but man, anyway, just believe me, that is absolutely delicious. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna sit down and eat these rest of these with my little peach treat there, peach and rum treat to wash them down. Thanks for watching, as always. Thanks to those who've subscribed to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed, yeah, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be grateful. I'll see you all next time.